amigos, and welcome to another exciting episode of Quarantine Cocktails with Joel. I'm your host, Joel. This is the show where I teach you to make all my favorite cocktails with an extra immunity boost. Today's episode is Crowds Will Tequila. Now, like the rest of you, I've been quarantined in my apartment for now 4 weeks, and I never go anywhere, ever.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And in that time, I became exhausted with making Emergen-C with just water. So I decided to revitalize my spirit by turning that Emergen-C into a delicious alcoholic beverage. Because what's better than a healthy venture that's also an alcoholic thirst quencher? Yeah. So today we'll be making Crowds Will Tequila. It's my take on a frozen margarita. To make it, you will need 3 ounces of tequila, half an ounce of triple sec, half an ounce of Blue Curaçao, half an ounce of agave, the juice of 1 lime, and Emergen-C. Today's flavor is pink lemonade. You'll also need a blender. Now, I am using a NutriBullet. If you do not have a blender in your quarantine zone, that is okay. You can still make this cocktail. You will just shake it in a shaker and drink it on the rocks. So let's get started. Our first step is wash your hands. Now, I gotta ask you a question, okay? So listen. Did you scrub your hands today like I asked you to?
Yes, Mommy. yes
what?
Yes, Mommy, dearest.
When I asked you to call me that, I wanted you to mean it. All right, let's get started. So, I'm building this cocktail directly in my blender glass. Now, if you are using a more traditional type of blender, I would recommend making this cocktail in a shaker instead of the blender. The reason I'm doing this is because I don't have a dishwasher and I'm exhausted. So, there's that. We are gonna start by measuring out and pouring in 3 ounces of tequila. And remember, I play fast and loose with my measurements, so could be closer to 4. There's 2, and 3. Next, we're gonna measure out half an ounce of triple sec. Ooh. In she goes. Followed by our Blue Curaçao. Now listen, I know a lot of you probably do not have Blue Curaçao on your bar, and that is just fine. You can skip it. But it does add a little bit of sweetness, so I would add a little extra agave. Also, if you're using a blender, the added liquid helps blend up the ice. So maybe add a little more lime juice or, tequila. Whatever floats your boat. So half an ounce of this. The only thing you really will miss out on without the Blue Curaçao is okay. The juice of 1 lime, which I pre-juiced, and half an ounce of our agave. And if you don't have agave, simple syrup is fine. I just find this to be a little more on brand with our margaritas. She goes. Now it's time for the all-important Emergen-C. Give it a shake. Tear that bad boy open. Don't throw scissors. And it goes. Careful to not miss out on any of it. Get it out of that package. There we go, all in. And clearly we're missing a vital ingredient for our frozen blended margarita, which is ice. So the thing with this is, with a blender, it's gonna vary depending on the size of your ice cubes and the type of blender you're using. For mine, I'm using this NutriBullet, and I have rather large ice cubes, so I'm using 8. You're gonna have to guesstimate on your own. If you have extra ice lying around, just blend up some water and ice see how that goes for you if you're really that OCD about it. If not, just guess. But grab your ice, into the glass it goes. If you're using a shaker, pour it into your shaker now. Obviously not 8 ice. And pop that lid on. Now, if you are not blending it, if you're just shaking it, this is the moment you're gonna shake the ever-loving crap out of it to make sure all of that Emergen-C dissolves. I am gonna blend mine so I don't know how to put that much work into it. I am gonna give it a good shake though, just to distribute the ingredients. All right, let's get to the heavy machinery. Look at that, oof, the journey. All right, this could get rather loud.
A few moments later.
All right, sounds like we've got fully blended up. I'm gonna open that bad boy up and kind of just give it a swirl, making sure I don't see any ice cubes rattling around in there. I think we pulverized them all. And there we go. So now we are going to grab our glass and carefully pour it in. I'm gonna have some for later. All right. Put that down. Grab your garnish, the all-important garnish. Garnish your drinks, not your wages. And because it's frozen, I'm gonna grab my reusable metal straw. Emphasis on reusable straw. Don't come at me with that plastic straw crap. We're better than that. Okay, and there you have it. The crowd's will to kill ya.
Yay!
Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you would be so kind as to please like, subscribe, share, follow. It really helps so much. It means a lot to me. If you would like to tip your bartender, you can find me on Venmo at Joel Ingram. To those of you who have already tipped on my last episodes, thank you so much. I cannot begin to say how much it means to me, how incredibly generous you've been. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time, please stay safe, stay home if you can, and stay healthy. Drink responsibly too. And I'll Emergen-C next time. Cheers, y'all.